Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you another Scrap Skills Saturday video, and I'm going to be using some products from my August Wild Hare Kits. So this is the picture that I'm going to scrapbook, which is a picture of the feet of me and some of the other bridesmaids at a wedding we went to in May, and there was loads of confetti on the floor. This was after the church, and then we threw this confetti up in the air and managed to take this photo, and I think it just looks awesome. So that's the photo I'm going to scrap, and I thought it went beautifully with this paper here. It's gorgeous ditzy sort of print floral paper, which is Pink Paisley Pick Me Up from Paige Evans. So I'm going to use that, and another bit of pick me up is I have half of this acetate left, so I'm thinking I'm going to fussy cut some of these out. I'm thinking I'm going to use kind of like a strip of this paper, but the skills that I'm going to work on today, I've got a few other products here and a few things I've picked out, but all from Wild Hare Kits apart from these two label stickers. But anyway, back to the point. What I think I'm going to use today are stencils. So I got these stencils. This is the Deco stencil set, Craft Sensations. I got this in the range if you're in the UK, and it came with 5 different ones, and I think it was like £1.99 or something. It was really cheap. So this is a pretty star pattern. I do like that one, but I think it's probably too similar to the size of the floral print. Then there's this one, which I think is the one I'm going to use, which is lots of polka dots changing size, and I thought it might look a little bit like confetti if I can kind of do it right. Anyway, that's going to be the test. There's a chevron pattern, which I'm not going to use. Let me keep the confetti one out. This cute polka dot one, which I also really like, but I think the dots are too big with the flowers there. And this gorgeous arrow patterned one. So I have done some stenciling in my time, but I've not done any for ages, and I've never used these stencils, and I've never really done it with modelling paste. So I do have some modelling paste. It's really old, so hopefully it does actually work. So this is a Winsor & Newton modelling paste. Yeah, it's really old. Ow! Let me see if I can squeeze it up. Oh yeah, look, there's plenty in there. And then I've got some pale pink acrylic paint, which I thought would go with this, that I'm going to mix with the modelling paste. I did also get out my ink, like dauber thingies, and some inks that I was tempted to use in the background, so I thought about maybe doing a kind of pale blue ink in the background, and then kind of going over the top of that in a mismatched kind of pattern with this. So I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. So I might as well get that pale blue out actually. Let's see if I can find a blue ink dauber. Ah, that's the blue one. That will do. And I've got one of these. I think these are Tim Holtz, but quite useful. So I think I've basically got everything out that I'm ready for, and I'm going to be doing some ink splatters as well. So today I'm really just trialling out stenciling. I don't have Heidi Swap Colour Shine, so this is Do Crafts. I always call it Do. I don't know how you pronounce it really, but and this is their spritzing ink, and I've just used this. I think it's basically the same thing. So if you are in the UK and you used to use Heidi Swap, and I know it's been discontinued, then I would recommend this. Again, I got this from the range, but I reckon you can probably get it off most kind of craft sites as well in the UK. So yeah, I'm gonna crack in or on with this video, speeding you up and popping a voiceover on top. So we'll see how this pans out. Okay, so I'm starting off with this paper here from the Paige Evans Pick Me Up collection, and I've just given it a sort of like torn edge, so I can kind of get an idea of where I place it. I do kind of move it around, and then I'm just starting on my stenciling. So I'm just adding some of this pale blue ink to my little dauber thingy, and then I'm just pushing it through the holes. You can kind of see it there. It's a bit difficult to see on screen. It looked a little bit more apparent in person. But I was really struggling with this to try and make it random. A lot of this stenciling does get covered up, so even though it doesn't look hugely random, you'll see in a little while when I do the what's the word I'm looking for, modelling paste version, which here I'm just adding to this little tub. These little tubs are, oh, what are those little cheesecake thingies called? Like they do like millionaire cheesecakes, goo. Yeah, I always use, like I save those little pots to use for paint and as my water dish as well. So here I'm just adding some of this to it. I went wrong there, so I just scraped it up and then popped a bit more, and I was very impatient. But you can see it just looks like little patches of what is that stuff called? Like raised pop-ups. Oh god, I can't get words out today. Yeah, so I kind of did that, and then I decided that actually I'm going to move this around a little bit. So I'm just putting some double-sided tape on here, and then I think I twist it. So I put it that way, that's it. So you can see that that corner is, or there's like a point going off to one side. A lot of the picture, or the picture is going to cover quite a lot of that modelling paste up, which is not a bad thing because it doesn't look too good in the middle there. So this is the picture, and I'm just trimming it down so that it still has a white edge on, so I've just used the photo paper as the white border rather than cutting it and then mounting it on white paper. And then I'm going to add quite a few different layers behind, so I think here I've just popped off to get hold of all of my layers. I thought oh no, I did some bad editing here as well. Should have probably trimmed this bit out, but here we go. We're just going to add some of this vellum as background and this doily, and I'm also going to use some tissue paper, which I think will miraculously appear in a second. There we go. So this tissue paper is from an order, like a different scrapbook kit. And so I'm just going to start mounting all of these bits up, kind of enjoying lots of layers behind my picture. And I wanted it to be quite floaty, I suppose, because of the nature of the picture. It's very pretty and light with the colours going on in that, and the gorgeous confetti just floating down. So I've put the vellum on, and then I'm going to add the doily, and then I think I add foam after that, and then add this. So this is the tissue paper, and I'm just kind of folding it up a little bit, like ruching it, to give it a slightly more like textured look. And then those textured edges I have sticking out from the sides of this because I thought it looked nicest that way. I did try it sticking out from the top and bottom, but it didn't look as good. So I'm just going to stick this down on some foam tape, and then add some more double-sided sticky tape, and then stick that down on the tissue paper. And stick all the tissue paper down. Layers and layers and layers. Just so many layers. Tissue paper was from an order. Vellum I got off Amazon, actually, like a huge pack of A4 vellum. And doilies. Where did I get my doilies from? Actually, might have got them from the range. Previously, I've bought them off eBay, but I think I needed some, and I just literally, white ones. I needed some more white ones, so I was in the range and saw them and just got them. And here I'm fussy cutting some of this acetate. Again, this is Paige Evans Pick Me Up collection, and I'd used half of this acetate sheet on a different layout, which you're going to see probably after this video. So I'm just kind of fussy cutting a few of the flowers to use in this spread. The dresses that we were wearing were like navy blue with floral pattern on, so the dark blue flower that I cut out there looks quite pretty on this layout. And then I'm just making decisions about what other ones to cut out. So I didn't want to cut out anything that I wasn't going to use, just because it's annoying when I do that. And I'm cutting out a little tiny one now, I think, which is like pale pink, same sort of colour as the dots in the background, with a teal coloured flower centre. So I've got 3 little flowers cut out, and this starts the kind of cascade I end up having of sort of sequins and bits and bobs and embellishments generally that kind of cascade down one side of this page. So lots of sequins are going to be used, and lots of little gold bits and some brads. Quite a lot of stuff going into this. It was, in a way, quite different than other layouts that I do, I think, because it was kind of free flowing, a bit more open. But it does look very pretty. That flower does get picked off. I don't think I included that. Here I'm just getting all of these sequins out, and these are from the Wild Hare Kits. They're exclusive from Spiegelmom Mom Scraps. I think they're called like Tuxedo or something like that. And I just literally dumped them across the page in a kind of diagonal formation from the top left-hand side going towards the bottom right, or the middle right really. And I did leave the black and white polka dot ones at this point, but I think I do take those off. And then I'm just adding some of these puffy hearts and puffy leaves, which are from the Maggie Holmes Flourish collection. And again, they came in my Wild Hare kit for August. So I'm just moving those around. I think they get moved around a lot. I do a lot of moving around. And here I'm just adding some foam tape to the back of these flowers, all these little cut out flowers, just to make them kind of bumped up and give it a little bit more interest. And then I'm going to add it behind this one as well, and I think I cut it in half to add the flower at the end. I think I add it in the bottom right hand corner. So I've got all of my little sequins, and I literally just dumped them, and then I did move a few around, and I took the black and white ones off, although, you know, I kind of like them there now that I've removed them. I think I was toying with it previously. These little stickers here, I can't remember what brand they are, but they're just in my stash. So one says Amazing Day, and then what does another one say? Yippee and Special. So I thought they looked cute. The special one moves because it ends up too close to the wording in my title. And then I'm just using some acrylic glue to stick all of these down. And I just kind of patted my finger onto the sequins, and that seemed to lift them up. And I didn't move them too much from where they kind of initially landed when I spread them across the page, which I think made them look a little bit more realistic. But not. They actually fell in quite a nice way. Sometimes I think when you do that, you throw them at the page and they look terrible. And then you try and move them to a position that looks good, but still looks random, which is just, I don't know, it's like no makeup looks, isn't it? It's just very confusing. So they're all stuck down, and you can see that purple flower now has gone off the side of the page, and I've stuck that little pink one with the blue a little bit lower down. And then I'm doing my title, and I'm using these Illustrated Faith, which I think is in mint to be or something. And I love these little tile stickers for the title, and it just says throw love around, and it's going to say like confetti. Just moving that around. I think I do move that love again slightly, but basically it's in the same place. And I think I put just like next to around, and then I have confetti underneath. I'm using all of the oblong tiles there, and then I didn't have enough ends to use the what is it called? To spell out confetti. Oh, I can't get words out, honestly. So I'm using these tiny round tile stickers, which actually worked perfectly because they looked like little blobs of confetti. I thought it was a good title in that it was at a wedding, so throw love around like confetti seemed like a good title. I didn't want to say like throw kindness around like confetti, or I didn't want to be too cliche. Although I don't think that this isn't cliched, but and then I'm just wiggling a few bits around, zhuzhing up some edges. And I'm nearly done, really. I think I actually have quite a few minutes left, but or a minute left or so, but I'm basically done. So I'm just adding this little flower to the bottom corner, and then I think I flash forward in a minute to some stamping. I do add this little tag behind the picture, and then I'm using this twine which I got from the range as well, which is awesome. It's all glittery, and it looked beautiful with all those blues and pinks. And then I'm just tying a little bow in there. Really like how that looks. I think that looks really cute. I'm glad I added that. And then I'm just using grey, a shadow grey archival ink, just to add some little arrows, like hearts with little arrows through them. And I stamped the date at the top there in a little label stickery thing. And I'm just kind of finishing off now by adding two brads, one in a teal colour at the top because I felt like it was missing teal, and pink at the bottom because I felt like it was missing the pink. So they look cute, just like another little flash of confetti. I don't think it makes or breaks it, but I do like the colours, like bringing up the colours. So that is basically my layout. So I hope you enjoyed this Scrap Skills Saturday video, and I hope you'll give some stenciling a go if you're not already a professional at it. Follow me on Instagram, and you can tag me in any of your pictures if you have a go at doing layouts similar to this, or if you do a scrap lift, then tag me and let me know. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you're new, welcome. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye 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 bye.